Two cities, one state, and a new experience for both. On a gorgeous Saturday night from South Florida, we raise a glass for this first ever matchup between bi-coastal combatants in the Jägermeister Cup. It's Miami FC going toe-to-toe with FC Naples. Greetings to all with Antonio Aquilino. I'm David Gascon. It's a magnificent start for USL League One expansion club from Naples. Only 4 losses in their first 13 matches of the season. They're trying to piggyback off their first Jaeger Cup match, an upset victory against USL Championship side Charleston Battery.
Henderlong getting the winner in the first half, and FC Naples never looked back on their way to a big win at home.
Miami FC doesn't want to duplicate the performance in their first Jaeger Cup match against Tampa Bay, but they'd love to have the same result. They fell behind 3-0 in the first half, scored 3 unanswered in the second half, and then won it in penalties. How do they get on the front foot to open up this contest?
They just have to show that intensity they showed in the second 45 minutes from the start of the game. Gaston Madoni has such a good job with this side, and they are growing every game under our eyes.
Miami FC is being led by forward Francisco Bonfilio. Week in and week out, he continues to shine. He's the focal point of their offense.
And he leads the team up front. He doesn't just score goals, he presses, he drops back, he combines with his teammates. He's not just this team's leading talisman.
FC Naples forward Andres Borin is the table setter for this squad. He's explosive, has great agility, and he can punish you if given some space. How does he do some damage tonight?
So versatile on either flank, also very good in the air. Miami, they're gonna have to keep close tabs on him if they want to be successful here tonight.
3 points are at stake for both of these sides. Miami FC and FC Naples, first ever endeavor. We'll see who comes up out on top. Coming up on their side, we'll get to the starting 11 and first touch. Miami FC, FC Naples, coming up next.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho, Sweetwater, Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas
empanadas y croquetas.
is so much more. This is the 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor. I'm a king.
I am American dream.
I am the future.
I am FC.
No one was born a hero. It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no days off, no perfect scenarios. Things won't always go the way you expect. But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. This match is brought to you by Doral Kia. Drive for less, drive Doral. Bon Bon Boom, suck at something. Macron, become your own hero. And Baptist Health. Starting 11 for Miami FC, led by head coach Gaston Madoni, a 3-4-3. Bill Hamid in between the pipes here tonight.
Yeah, and Sebastian Blanco along the midfield line for Miami FC. After a slow start to the season, the 37-year-old gaining confidence and getting in better shape. For Gaston Madoni, he has been a key figure in Miami FC's rebirth this year.
Starting 11 for FC Naples, led by head coach Matt Pullen, 4-3-3. Looking up front, the forward Carson Henderlong. He has 9 goals so far this season. He is the focal point for their offense.
And he leads this team in shots on target per game with 3. If he goes, this team is difficult to beat.
FC Naples coming to South Florida, about a 2.5 hour drive to the Atlantic coast. They've opened up their season 5-3-2 across USL League One. Across all competitions, however, they're a little bit better. 7-4-2 to be exact. They lost in penalties to Tampa Bay Rowdies back on April the 16th. It was a 1-1 outcome at full time, then lost in penalties 9-8. The signature victory so far, the 1-0 upset victory against Charleston Battery, a USL Championship side, and they'd love to make it 2 out of 3 doing it against Miami FC this evening. FC Naples in the white kits today, Miami FC in the blue kits. It's a perfect night for a ball. Glad you can be here with us from South Florida. Temperatures 87 degrees, humidity at 56%, and this contest begins with FC Naples in possession. FC Naples coming off a 3-1 victory against Union Omaha in league play, the defending champs, entering into the box. An early attack against Hamid and a quick stop for Bill.
Well, right off the bat, good start from FC Naples. Quick build up on the right flank, and Hamid did well to hold on to the ball. Difficult angle. The veteran not allowing a rebound to spill in his own box, which could have created some issues for his center backs.
Onan lost it. Mercado pushes this back. To the out wide, but On was intended for it. Keys to tonight's contest, brought to you by Doral Kia.
Well, for Miami, they have to lock in from the start. In their last game in the Jägermeister Cup, facing a 3-0 deficit at halftime, you simply cannot afford to go down early in this competition. They climbed back and won via penalty shootout, but that cannot happen again.
Onan entering it, crosses this ball. Farin accelerating to grab it. Farin, another crossing attempt. Bill Hamid will not be ambushed there. Bill just trying to settle things down. 3-4 record during the regular season. Goals against average at 157. Save percentage is at 71. The one area that Bill does not have on his record just yet for Miami FC is a clean sheet. Blanco on the attack, out wide, looking for a crossing attempt. Bonfilio racing for it, cannot pick it up. First corner of the contest, though, for Miami FC.
And Blanco immediately involved in the build-up, the vision to spot his teammate on the right near side ball, crossing the box. Very difficult one to really understand and read. The goalkeeper, Delgado, choosing to stay in the goal. The ball cleared out for a corner.
But On chips it into the box towards the back post. Bolu Akinyoti could not elevate for it. Eduardo Delgado, man they call Lalo, in between the pipes tonight. Had a fantastic 2024 campaign. Secured the 2024 Jägermeister Cup with a pretty clutch save on a penalty. 2023 set a USL League One record for 13 clean sheets. He had 9 of them last season for Northern Colorado. Miami FC coming off a 2-1 defeat against Birmingham Legion at home a week ago here. An unfortunate outcome for them after they led early thanks to Francisco Bonfilio's 6th goal of the regular season. A low bridging here by Blanco. Possession goes to FC Naples. Bonfilio, 7 goals across all competitions. He has no ambition of slowing down. But now for Gaston Madoni, it's about finding those other complementary pieces to provide ample goal support. Poor delivery taken away. Back comes Miami FC, and Mercado's pass, just a little bit too much juice on it for Vasquez, and he'll have to retreat. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Doral Kia.
Doral Kia is loaded with over 500 new Kia models in stock now. Test drive a new 25 Kia Sportage today. Doral Kia. Drive for less. Drive Doral.
Into the 5th minute, FC Naples has had a couple quality scoring opportunities against Bill Hamid. Miami FC flirting a bit. Bonfilio trying to knife it between 2 defenders from FC Naples. Own it. Jaden Oden scored his first goal last week against Union Omaha. Cisneros on the approach. Cisneros, own in, the chip. Nice play again by Knutson. Far side official with the flag up, offside.
Line moving very well for Miami. Build up on the near side. In midfield, Romero beaten a bit too easily there. See him frustrated as this man got away from him. Very good passing side, especially in midfield. FC Naples, they know where everyone is at all times. Almost memory football from them. That time, the offside flag putting a halt to what looked like a promising move.
Matt Poland, the head coach for FC Naples, ripe old age of 33. We talked to him earlier in the week, and he has high hopes for this team, who's gotten off to a blistering start so far. In fact, they're only 2nd team in USL League One history to go unbeaten their first 8. Takeaway here, Cisneros tries to make a move. Cisneros on the build-up, good recovery by Ricketts. FC Naples showing some spunk early.
Important touch there from Ricketts, just slowing down Cisneros, who has been very active. He's opening 7 minutes of the match on this left flank.
Henderlong so far this season to lead FC Naples. This corner, Hamid with the right hand, the header, cleaning things up nice. It was Knutson. Exactly what you need from one of your premier defenders, and Knutson there to make sure nothing found the back of the net.
Perfect movement from the American, spotting his goalkeeper out of the 6. Just drop back, cover the line. Don't allow anything to creep in behind. Miami under threat once again.
Kevin O'Connor will take this corner. O'Connor, line drive delivery, volleyed around, push a bit into the back of Knutson. The foul goes right back to Miami FC. Miami FC this season has equaled their win output from 2024. They come into this match during the regular season 3-5-1. They have the 1 victory in the Jaeger Cup, first contest against Tampa Bay Rowdies. They were able to capture a couple points because that victory was decided in penalties. For FC Naples, their lone victory was against Charleston Battery, but that came in full time. Difference is a mere 1 point between each side. Bolo Akinyoti, a complete whiff on that ball. And now FC Naples with some numbers. Farin takes a shot. Nice stop by Bill Hamid. Immediate rejection by Bill Hamid. Varan trying to maintain possession, but he can't handle it. Farin screaming down the right wing.
And this is a sequence that Akinyote will want to forget. He completely mishits that ball, and then trailing the play, Farin showing what makes him so elite. Akinyote off balance. He was never going to get back in that sequence. Hamid did well to stand tall and parry that ball away. 2 opportunities, 2 attempts on frame, both on that right wing for FC Naples.
Farin started the offense with a miss by Akinyote. Talked about in the open, for a player that caliber, and Farin doesn't need much to do some damage. O'Connor with a nice takeaway here. Eckenberg in the box, couldn't do anything with it. Henderlong, 9 matches so far with the 5 goals. FC Naples, 14 goals as a club. They have a +5 goal differential. More importantly, they're locking down the opposition. 4 clean sheets so far. And they've done that now in 10 matches during regular season activity. They're second right now in USL League One. Not bad for an expansion club. They were announced just last year. First 4 matches, they were unbeaten. Then they doubled that, got it to 8 before losing in penalties to Tampa Bay Rowdies on April the 16th. Regular season. Last year, Frankie Lopez led Miami FC in goals. To finish the year, the top man had 7. Head coach for Miami FC, Gaston Madoni, mentioned to us this week, he felt like the performance against Birmingham Legion deserved a better result than the 2-1 defeat. They had chances in the first half, more of them in the second half, failed to convert, and one mistake by Bill Hamid ended up in the back of his net. Ronaldo Damas scored on a rebound after Hamid misplayed the shot. Damas knocked it in, and the rest was history. Birmingham went on the road to defeat Miami FC. They come into this weekend identical in points, but Miami FC on the outside looking into the playoffs. Of course, we're only in the month of May, so a lot of work in front. Playing this one in, Ricketts, good body positioning there to fend off Onan. Goes right back to Miami.
Miami are a very peculiar side. Just see their record you brought up and their performances as well. After starting the year winless, going on the road, defeating San Antonio, who were sitting first in the table, and then beating Blue FC at home. They don't always play with the same focus and balance, but when they put it all together, they can be a very good side and is difficult to beat for anyone in this league.
Henderlong was asking for service. He was near the top of the box. Best scoring opportunities of this match so far have been owned by FC Naples. In fact, Miami FC is fortunate enough not to be down a goal yet. FC Naples with a couple shots so far. Bill Hamid with a fine stop against Farin. Vasquez twirling around Akinyote, trying to steer away from Henderlong, and kills this back to Knutson. FC Naples, despite the long drive from the Gulf Coast to the Atlantic Coast, playing with more passion, a little bit more urgency than the home side is.
Yeah, quicker start. We brought that up as one of our keys to the game for Miami. They have to lock in from the beginning. They cannot afford to go down on the scoreboard and then start playing against a well-organized defensive side. That is going to be difficult to get back in the game against. So far, as you said, the better opportunities falling to FC Naples, and Hamid has certainly been the best.
Delgado with 4 clean sheets on the year, and he comes into this match with an eye-popping goals against average of .78. It's speaks volumes of what you mentioned, Antonio, about the defensive stronghold that FC Naples puts on the opposition. They displayed it against Tampa Bay Rowdies. They did so against Charleston Battery, shutting them out.
That's something so rare to see in a side playing in their first year of football. This team is built from the back, then going forward. That is the key to success, because up front you're going to find quality in this league, and Ferrin is just an example of that.
On the attack, Doreas outside Onan. Onan to the top of the box, lets it rip and tries to bend it in, but it hit a foot. It'll be a corner kick for FC Naples.
Onan very active, surging forward in support of both Ferrin and Henderlong. One-on-one, he's always going to go to his right. That's an important block, as Ricketts and Knutson were both there to close down the space. On the rebound, that ball could have gone anywhere. Hamid happy to see it out for a corner.
O'Connor will take this corner. And before that happens, Greg Dobka, our lead official today. He's been quiet, which is always a good sight to see. FC Naples a 7 inside the 18. O'Connor floats this ball into the air, a high riser volleyed around. The header doesn't have much pace to it. Miami escapes. Connor working towards the back post. And Miami FC does have decent size on their back line. Knutson at 6'2", Ricketts at 6'1", and Akinyoti at 6'2", including that man, Bill Hamid, at 6'3". O'Connor's going to have some precision on his corners to inflict any kind of damage on that set piece. Match has had decent pace to it, but for Miami FC, they're playing a lot of catch-up early. And for a team that's trying to muster their first clean sheet of the year, they've been put in some vulnerable positions for their keeper and Bill Hamid.
That's a big question when you look at the back three, Akinyoti, Knutson, Ricketts, and you judge their performances week in and week out. Have certainly been there. This is a side that hasn't kept a clean sheet in their last 7 games. And that speaks volumes of how the midfield is able to cover the back three. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't matter if you have Maldini and Nesta along the back line. The offense is going to find space. Your midfield has to do a good job at dropping back and aiding and follow the runs made from the opposition's midfield. If that doesn't happen, it's just going to be an overload in the box, and the defenders are not going to be able to deal with the different threats coming in from all sorts of directions. That's been the problem for Miami this season defensively.
Easiest way to get on the front foot and get yourself a clean sheet is start playing with possession and score some goals. Miami FC has not had a threatening moment since the 3rd minute against Delgado. Back on the attack comes FC Naples. The opposite way, nobody in sight for FC Naples. Ricketts on the retrieval. I beg your pardon, that was Romero. Romero goes tumbling down. To put this in perspective for Miami FC, lacking clean sheets this season, last year is the same exact thing. And for Gasta Madoni, he does feel like despite the loss last week against Birmingham Legion, the club continues to take steps forward, not steps back. It's a confident group. They work hard in training, and they all like each other.
And he came in with a full reclamation project on his hands after the disastrous campaign last season led by Antonio Nocerino. And Madoni, one thing that you cannot blame him for is lack of effort and energy. because this side will give everything night in and night out, and they are on the front foot here.
Blanco looking for Bonfila, just a little bit too low on that delivery. He had decent lift. That would have been in the net. Romero takes a shot from a sharp angle, never had a chance.
It was an audacious effort. The 29-year-old Matias Romero, very tight angle, trying to catch that one off the bounce. With the right boot, always moving away from goal. Didn't get enough direction on it towards the far post to threaten Delgado.
Not a whole lot of physicality in this match. It's been clean all the way through into the 20th minute. End of this first half, Antonio and myself will have highlights, stats, some news and notes, and we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. First ever endeavor between these two sides. Blanco, with a little bit of real estate, and this play will be halted. And we have a yellow card issued behind the play. Romero quite upset with our lead official and Greg Dobka. Here in the 21st minute, Romero saying his jersey was tugged.
A yellow card has been issued to number 8 of Miami FC, Matias Romero, in the 20th minute.
And Romero absolutely livid. The foul whistled against him as Blanco was well on his way towards attacking this FC Naples box.
Farin charging Hamid, comes out a little bit of discombobulation, is able to clean up the mess. These are do or die moments for a keeper. You make an error, and all of a sudden, you see yourself on the bad end of a highlight. Hamid trying to do something that Miami FC has not done in 19 straight matches. It's record a clean sheet. Last time they did that, you have to go back to August the 31st of last year when Miami shut out Monterey Bay here at South Dade Kia Field at Pitbull Stadium. Lobbed in for Hamid. Waits for it to come down into the red. Atlanta, Georgia. Played in MLS. Remember the U.S. national team. 9 seasons in D.C. Lost some weight in the offseason, has rejuvenated his career, and he has been an important cog for Miami FC. Knutson trying to get away from any kind of activity near his 18. Miami FC on the recovery. Bonfilio trying to play that into a vacant spot. Possession stays with Miami. FC Naples has some fans that traveled well here tonight. Vasquez approaching. Bonfilio waiting for that ball to finally come down. From a sharp angle, did it cross the end line? It did.
And the bounce not too friendly with Bonfilio here. Well, taking a while to reach the Argentine's boot, and then when he got his body in position to get a cross in, pressure quickly closing in on him. FC Naples know well what that man can do on the ball if he's given an opportunity. He has been so good up front for this Miami FC side. So far, the combination of Dangler and Evans have worked wonders on Bonfilio. He's been very isolated up front. Haven't said his name much so far, 24 minutes in.
4 combined shots in this match, 3 of them for FC Naples, 1 for Miami FC. FC Naples has the 1 shot on target. Farin had it against Bill Hamid. Possession in this contest favoring FC Naples, 52% to 48. You can't read too much into that. We look back at last week for a moment with FC Naples being triumphant against Union Omaha. They were outpossessed in that match, nearly 80% to 20. On the hustle, Delgado comes out immediately. He'll pounce on it. FC Naples prevailing against the defending champs, Union Omaha 3-1. They scored 2 goals in the matter of 60 seconds. They scored a goal in the 48th and the 49th minute. Onan in that match, his first goal of the year. And that was the difference maker. Blanco tried to force feed that ball into the box. First moment of possession for Miami FC throughout this entire match. Romero playing on yellow tonight. Mercado. Miami FC with 7 players in the starting lineup tonight from Argentina. Quick shove. Milano tries to recover. Ricketts will operate with the throw-in. Ricketts, quick throw-in. Blanco searching and looking for Veron. Veron, open space. That shot was blocked. Blanco can't pick it up. Blanco hustling for it. FC Naples getting this ball out of harm's way thanks to Max Glasser. Glasser formerly playing with Monterey Bay in USL Championship. Quick pivot. It's the element for FC Naples coming into this match. Current roster has 14 different nationalities on it, but a boatload of players that have come from all walks of land. USL Championship, Division I college soccer in the United States, academies overseas. Ricketts played over that. Putin. FC Naples doing a fine job not being broken down. Blanco into the box, was looking for his man, and ball just goes sailing away. Vasquez was on the attack, but Vasquez only 5'11". He needed to be at least 6'3" to put any kind of skin on that ball. FC Naples has looked impressive to open up this match, but there is a growing sense with Miami FC that they start to play downhill right now.
Gaining confidence on the ball, more time passing it around. That is how you gather that belief that you can play out of the back, but look out.
Onan with a fine move. Onan over the right hand side, but Bill Hamid racing and charging out in a mad scramble.
Oh, what an opportunity that was. Onan with acres of space just mishits that ball too close to Hamid. Goalie was always going to get there first. What an opportunity.
Put on vicious on the cross, but Evans getting a leg on it. Blanco. Bonfilio, Blanco, Bonfilio holding it. Blanco with the shot, the left-footed charge goes over the net.
What a sequence here. Bonfilio fighting for possession on the edge of the box. The ball just settling in perfectly for Blanco. This is almost a free kick on the edge of the box. Ball sitting completely still. Take a look at it from this angle. There's absolutely no movement there. There's no wall in front of Blanco. His body position just leaning back a bit. The ball sailing over the crossbar. Miami threatening and growing as the minutes continue to tick.
Heckenberg limping a bit. Man from Santa Clara, California. Won a USL League Cup title a couple years ago with Tormenta FC back in 2022. Onen gave it up. Mackenberg, okay for a minute, and then he gets dropped. Mercado and Bonfiglio both there. It'll be Mercado seeing yellow right now.
So both holding midfielders. Orgasson Madoni on a caution now after Romero picked up the earlier yellow card. Now it's Mercado. That's going to be something to look at as this match progresses. Those two very important in midfield for this Miami side. Vasquez and Blanco, they're now going to have to help out because Mercado and Romero are going to have to tone it down for the remainder of their time on the pitch.
These teams are nearly a carbon copy of each other when it comes to infractions. They came into this match identical in yellow cards. FC Naples with 5 red, Miami FC with 3 of them. Eckenberg. A little bit too long for Dengler. Dengler on the retrieval. No man's land. That was poor delivery for FC Naples. Back to Miami FC.
And that's so frustrating if you're a center back. Make your way up the pitch. One of the few opportunities you have to go forward and look to be a threat. The delivery off forces you to jog back and get back to your defensive position.
Ricketts. Great deal of confidence to fend off Farin. Torres. Farin. Tightrope walking with a cross, but nobody in sight with a white kit on for FC Naples. Onen with a fine play, picking the pocket of Romero, who's playing on yellow. Onen glides it over Cisneros. Cisneros just couldn't get to that in time. Ball crossed the end line. 32nd minute. A lot of fire from both these sides. Miami FC trying to bounce back after their 5-game unbeaten streak was snapped by Birmingham Legion last week. Head coach Gaston Modoni said his team deserved a better fate with the opportunities that they had and just a couple of mistakes that ended up beating them.
Longtime assistant of Fernando Gago, the former Real Madrid midfielder. He has seen it all during his time as an assistant. The job that he has done with this Miami side cannot be understated.
Torres to Onen. Onen, had that ball roll off his left foot. Otherwise, he would have had a clean look towards target against Hamid. Matt Poland, on the other hand, he loves his guys. Says he misses competing, but his days of being on the pitch at 33 are long behind him. He had a career-ending injury. Saw him tear an ACL, his kneecap, his meniscus while competing, and he knew it. Damage was done. He said his knee's still not even right either. But got into coaching and loves it.
There are some former footballers who are just born to then go on and become coaches. You can't say it for everyone. There are some brilliant footballing minds as players who then try to become coaches, and it doesn't always work out.
Eckenberg, ball ripped away though by Knutson. Knutson just turning and firing it away. Bonfiglio asking for reinforcements. He delivered it, but on. Blanco. Blanco spills it out to Milano. Mercado will cool down the temperature a bit. Put on. Switching the pitch, and that is a bad ball and a dead giveaway for Miami FC. FC Naples with a expected goal number right now at 0.6. Miami FC at 0.15. Shots are nearly identical. FC Naples 4-3 over Miami. The eye test tells everybody in this match, excluding the guys banging on the drums tonight, that this thing is pretty much even. FC Naples bringing their own band from the Gulf Coast. Romero with chip. Bonfilio waiting for it to settle, but on. Cuts off his own teammate. Romero wearing some frustration. He simply gave up on the play too. You can see it from where we're at. Romero back to Voron. Has some men near the 18. Voron took too much time. Bonfilio and Milano were asking for a delivery, and Voron did not speed it up.
A peculiar sequence here. Veron and Romero almost stepping on each other there. Romero completely gives up on the play. He was probably offside there as well, as he just kicked the ball away in frustration. And Veron, get the cross in. Don't wait for Cisneros to get back in the picture.
Vasquez will take this corner. Christian with 3 assists so far on the year. Vasquez, low line drive, short corner, the header counts! Jonathan Ricketts has one served up to him. He puts Miami FC on the board 1-0.
A beautiful header from Ricketts, running towards the ball away from his defender. That's always going to make it difficult to make a play on the ball if you are Henderlong there. He was always trailing Ricketts. All it takes from that position is a quick touch, a glance, and Delgado, caught flat-footed, was never going to be able to reach it. Set-piece execution, top class here from the hosts. Ricketts opening up his account, his first of the season.
FC Naples hasn't been challenged defensively today by Miami FC. So perhaps in a moment of being lackadaisical, Miami FC capitalizes on it. Ricketts getting another service from Vasquez. For Vasquez, his 4th helper on the year, and Miami FC 1-0 over FC Naples in the 36th minute. A 180 in sequence. Onan trying to hit high gear. Onan tries to loft it over Bill Hamid. Shot would not have counted had it gone in. But Antonio, you mentioned it. It was just a complete role reversal of Romero giving up on the play, almost stepping on the foot of Voron, and then seconds later, Vasquez to Ricketts.
And the execution on that corner kick was perfect. Vasquez knew exactly the run that Ricketts was going to make. Near post, peeling away from your man, just looking for the slightest of touches, because all the pace was on the cross that left Vasquez's boot. When that happens, all you need is the slightest of touches just to redirect that ball on frame. And that is exactly what Ricketts did. We spoke earlier about the height present along this back three for Miami and the aerial threat that they present. And well, that threat resulting in a goal.
Miami FC again with possession and capitalizing at Onan. Enderlong was on the right wing to the top of the box, overplayed by a minute. O'Connor scrambling around, picked up. Voron thought it was potentially a handball. Ricketts on the counter. Against the run of play, here's Vasquez. Switching the pitch. Voron. Milano's at the top of the box. Blanco, Voron. Voron, top of the box. Vasquez, who tried elevating, was cut off for a minute. And this will result in another corner kick for Miami.
Same exact side as well. We'll see if it's going to be Vasquez' take once again. But the alert has to be higher here. If you are FC Naples, that left boot, the in-swinger, so difficult to read. Delgado has to make sure that he dictates the marking in the box before this ball is swung in.
Romero almost acting like a caddy for Vasquez here on the corner. Vasquez, a lofty ball, nobody in sight for Miami FC. Varane was behind the play a good couple yards. Blanco, good real estate, Varane. Oh, he should have given it back to Blanco much earlier than that. Bad ball, a miscue for FC Naples here in the 40th minute. Romero lost it. Bonfiglio was there. A little bit too tall. Milano will pick it up for a throw-in. It's been a steady diet of pressure for Miami FC. It felt like right around the 25th minute, the buildup for them continued to get substantially better.
And the passing sequences were much quicker. The rhythm much improved compared to the opening quarter hour. It's exactly what Gaston Madoni wanted to see.
Ricketts had that ball slice off his foot, put on. Cisneros with a good play. FC Naples desperate to recover. Do not want to fall behind by 2 goals. An intercept here. Eckenberg. Knutson, nice play. Benin was on a mad dash for that ball, but could not pick it up.
Well done there from Mercado in midfield. Ricketts giving the ball away out of position. Mercado not dropping back and allowing real estate in midfield. Standing tall, forcing his man to try and beat him. And the long ball forward resulting in nothing for the visiting side. Good play in midfield from the Argentine.
Owen tries to put it between the legs of Knutson, and no such luck for the youngster. It worked once earlier in this match, not the second time. Blanco. Romero will give and go with Vasquez. Now they play hot potato. 30-8. And we do it again. Miami much more patient as we get near the end of this first half with possession than they were in the first 10 to 15 minutes.
That opening goal doing wonders for the home side. We've seen how they thrive against San Antonio and UFC. That's where they excel, when they have the lead and they can manage. Hold the ball, work some clock, just kill the rhythm of the game, not allow the opposition to gather the momentum needed to get back in the match. That is what Miami do so well. The onus now on FC Naples.
Farin trying to pivot. No real estate, and he gave it up. Gets it back, though. Farin. Colombian with a quick toe tap. Nice job, though, by Mercado. Leaning one way, stuck out the foot to intercept it. FC Naples in the 44th minute. Farin again off the foot of Ricketts. Hamid can't elevate to get to that ball. It'll result in a corner kick for the roadside. We'll keep an eye on our 4th official to see exactly how much time we will have to extend this opening half. FC Naples, an expansion club, announced last year. 3 players on their roster making their pro debuts. O'Connor will take this corner. 7 inside the 18. O'Connor Pretty strong strike. Oh my goodness! A banger of a goal for O'Connor! Bill Hamid is shot to his toes on a set piece. O'Connor needs no help, and we are level at 1-1.
A moment of pure magic this from the former Preston North End man. Straight from the corner flag, the in-swinging shot. Hamid caught out of position. He was looking at the stars as the ball was hitting the back of the net. Sensational from O'Connor. That is world-class side netting from a corner kick. That is something that you do not see every day. And Hamid giving up a goal like that right before the halftime whistle. He is going to be absolutely livid with himself.
Friends and family back in Ireland are probably having a pint in his honor of Guinness, as O'Connor with a brilliant goal to get this match level at 1 apiece. And for FC Naples, this is a squad that does not lack in confidence. They have been strong here in the opening act. And for Miami FC, they've built into this game an ability to grow and take some punches, but that's a goal that Bill Hamid would love to have back. 1 minute of added time. And then we'll get into the Macron halftime report with some stats and certainly 2 highlights. Ricketts' goal is the first of the year. And for O'Connor in the 45th minute, it was his first of the year. But 2 exquisite strikes, both of them coming from completely different angles. O'Connor, and that will do it for the opening 45 minutes. Impressive to say the least for both goals that were scored. Certainly a great deal of creativity. Matt Pullen must be happy though. 45 minutes to play, and his club is deadlocked with Miami FC.
The personality from the visitors after going down just seconds before the halftime break. O'Connor pulls a rabbit out of his hat with the magic trick, and we are all level.
Shots favored FC Naples 6-4. Possession favoring Miami FC 56-44. But at the end of the opening half of play, we are deadlocked at 1 apiece. Jonathan Ricketts, his first goal of the season. Kevin O'Connor, his first of the year. 45 minutes in the books here from Miami. We are bottled up at 1 apiece.
The Magic City, sparked by Julia Tuttle's vision and Henry Flagler's railroad expansion. What was once swampland, transformed into a booming city. This is 1896.
No one was born a hero. It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no days off, no perfect scenarios. Things won't always go the way you expect. But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
fantastic first half of ball. Second match for these two squads. In the Jägermeister Cup, Miami FC and FC Naples locked up at 1 apiece. And now we have a moment. Going to talk with Dan Lucas, talking about all the real estate here with USL this year.
This is Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, just opened in early May with a capacity of more than 10,000. This is the newest gem in the USL Championship, and there are more of these coming pretty soon in both the Championship and League One. Two clubs progressing towards their new homes are Detroit City FC and Sacramento Republic FC. Detroit City has acquired the land it needs close to downtown, while Sacramento has a similar goal in its downtown district known as the Rail Yards. Future plans are in the works for Oakland Roots SC, New Mexico United, and expansion club Buffalo. In League One, AV Alta FC's inaugural season kicked off in a renovation of Lancaster Municipal Stadium. Portland Hearts of Pine upgraded a local icon, Fitzpatrick Stadium, for its debut. Greenville Triumph SC broke ground on its new home with help from co-owner the great Ronaldinho. And defending League One champion Union Omaha is planning its next home. 2026 expansion includes Fort Lauderdale United FC Stadium Complex, already a USL hotspot. And expansion stadiums are nearing the finish line in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Eugene, Oregon, Corpus Christi, Texas, and Boise, Idaho.
And notes around USL Championship and also League One. I've got a couple of different things we can talk about too. Answering the call, Birmingham Legion's Ramiz Amuda, Orange County's Pedro Jimenez, earning the US U17 call-ups. More than just a game, USL United Black players and Bellevue University award the 4th USL Impact Scholarship to elevate Tampa Bay. The pathway to pro, Greenville Triumph has signed former USL League Two Defender of the Year, Toby Sims, to a professional contract. So that is all we got here. News and notes across Jägermeister Cup activity. It's USL Championship tonight versus USL League One. Pretty good contest. Miami and FC Naples 1 apiece.
Today we went to the beach and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
No one was born a hero. It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no days off, no perfect scenarios. Things won't always go the way you expect. But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
Back here with the Macron halftime report with Antonio Aquilino. I'm David Gascon. Jägermeister Cup match number 2 for both these sides. Miami scored first, but FC Naples came right back just before the end of the opening half. 1-1 is the count. Speaking of scores and goals and then some, take a look around Jägermeister Cup. Anything that pops out to you, Antonio?
Boy, look at that Portland performance against Detroit City FC. What a game that was. 6 goals in Portland with a 4-2 victory. Those are 3 massive points there.
Charleston Battery not looking right again. This time getting beat by Greenville in triumph. So for Charleston Battery, they're 0-for to open things up in the Jägermeister Cup. Not a good sign for them.
Disappointing also from Tampa Bay Rowdies after leading Miami 3-0 at the break on match day 1 and losing to penalties. Now they're down at the half as well today.
Change the focus now from the Jägermeister Cup overall to what we have in this group standings. South Georgia Tormenta, the pace setter right now with 6 points. FC Naples with 4, Miami FC with 3.
It's going to be important for Miami to bounce back after leading at the early part of this match. Both goals coming in the last 10 minutes, and we'll see how they react. They were just a couple of minutes away from going into the halftime break with 5 points, and now they find themselves with 3. So we'll see how these two sides come out in the second half.
It is anyone's game in the second half. Who's going to prevail? We'll find out. Miami FC, FC Naples. We got some stats and we got some highlights, and then a second half of ball. All that and then some coming up next.
The Magic City, sparked by Julia Tuttle's vision and Henry Flagler's railroad expansion. What was once swampland, transformed into a booming city. This is 1896.
Kia is loaded with over 500 new Kia models in stock now. Test drive a new 25 Kia Sportage today. Doral Kia. Drive for less. Drive Doral.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. First 45 minutes of activity, and there was a lot of it, Antonio.
Yeah, both sides coming out well, but it would be the visiting side. 1 foot early. Ferrin getting away from Akinyoden. Once again, Hamid coming up with a stop.
Yeah, Bill Hamid was sharp to open up this contest. That's one way to get yourself acclimated to an affair. 36th minute, though, a corner.
Yeah, and that's going to be a theme to close out this half. Beautiful delivery in the box from Vasquez, and the glancing header, a perfect one there from Ricketts.
Sharp delivery for Jonathan Ricketts on the corners, first of the year. Speaking of corners, how about this?
Yeah, just seconds away from the halftime break. A piece of absolute magic. O'Connor spotting Hamid a bit too forward near his near post and says, why not? Let me see if I can catch the big man. And indeed, he does. Take a look at that. That look right there from Hamid. He is absolutely livid for giving up that goal.
No escape for Bill Hamid. Shots favoring FC Naples, possession favoring Miami FC. What do the numbers tell you?
Yeah, both sides able to collect opportunities. Miami just one shot on target. That has to improve in the second half. You are the home side. You are the favorites. You need 3 points at home in this match day 2 fixtures. FC Naples, after winning their first game here, getting a draw away from home against Miami, this is not a bad result at all. We'll see how they approach the second 45 minutes.
If you're Gaston Madoni for Miami FC, would you make any tweaks or any changes?
No, but I would definitely try to instill some sense of urgency into my side. The way that they closed out that first half after playing themselves in it and getting the lead, it's almost as if they turned off in the final minute. And that just allowed the opposition to get on the board. And Hamid, he's going to want to make up for that moment in this second half. And we'll see if Bonfillo will be put in a position to make a difference. So far, very little from him up front.
What about for Matt Poland, the head coach for FC Naples? His team looked good. They didn't look perfect, but they've had some opportunities. Do you change anything if you're him?
Away from home, this is exactly where you want to be. Finding the equalizer, completely shifting the momentum heading into the halftime break. Ferrin has been very active in the early part of the first half. Then in the latter stages, he kind of disappeared. Henderlong as well. Those two have to be more involved if FC Naples want to get out of here with 3 points.
Yeah, Carson Henderlong, 9 games so far this year, 5 goals, 1 assist. He has been neutralized by Miami FC tonight. The one area of importance for Miami, shutting down the opposition, but O'Connor's corner kick found the side iron and into the back of the net. Miami FC with possession to open up this half. Blanco trying to shuffle his way through 2 defenders. Bonfilio on the recovery. Blanco just could not get to it in time. Jaden Oden was impressive to begin the opening 45 minutes for FC Naples. Out wide on the left-hand side. He was matched up on a couple of occasions against Ricketts and Knudsen. For Miami FC, Bonfilio has been moving around the park tonight. He hasn't been isolated in one single area, which is going to be tough for FC Naples tonight, especially in the second half, to mark him. When Bonfilio is active and moving around different parts of the pitch, he's an extremely difficult opponent to hold down for extended periods of time.
And Miami are a completely different side when Bonfilio is rolling, when he can find his teammates, when he can hold on to the ball and allow those runs to come in from midfield. Even that previous touch, putting the ball out for a throw-in, passing accuracy simply hasn't been there tonight.
Numbers here for FC Naples, 3-on-2. Owen was on the right-hand side. This one from Cisneros, he scores! Cisneros, a bullet to the left-hand corner. His first goal of the season, jumping for joy. FC Naples leading 2-1.
And we spoke about how that O'Connor goal would shift momentum in this game heading into the halftime break. Here is your answer. Cisneros, who has been aggressive all game long, takes the ball up 20 yards without anyone stepping up. Akinode tracking back so many numbers forward from the visitors. Cisneros does well. He's aggressive. He wants to test Hamid, who has looked shaky in this game. Near post, hit with purpose and power. Naples up in the second half. Miami, the reaction hasn't been good enough to start this second half.
His first year as a pro and his first goal as a professional. 2-1 FC Naples after they were down 1-0 following Ricketts' goal off the corner kick. Cisneros in the 47th minute doing the damage. Perin dropped it, got it back. Cisneros was screaming down the left side of the pitch. Miami FC overplaying their hand. And that happened in the first half as well. Perin nearly scored to make it 1-0 before Hamid was able to stop him on a partial break. Portion of the broadcast brought to you by Doral Kia.
Doral Kia is loaded with over 500 new Kia models in stock now. Test drive a new 25 Kia Sportage today. Doral Kia. Drive for less. Drive Doral.
2-1 FC Naples. Just seconds after the return from the halftime break. Cisneros in the 47th minute. Torres with the assist. FC Naples, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Miami FC now sputtering. Ball wobbled around. Veron couldn't track it. Onan has it now. Bonfilio looking to serve one up. Bonfilio enters the 18. Mercado! He scores! How's that for a response? Mercado, his first of the year, and we're level at 2.
An absolute piece of magic once again, this time, Diego Mercado. Bonfilio, this is where he excels. Unselfish play, he knew exactly where he was, and from that angle, he wasn't gonna be able to do much. 2 players on him. The vision, the awareness of knowing exactly where Mercado was, trailing the play from midfield. That is where Bonfilio excels. He looks for his teammates, he's unselfish. The drop off was beautiful, but the finish, my goodness, laces, top corner, perfect body shape, no chance for Delgado.
I know we're about a month away from the 4th of July, Antonio, but there's been a ton of fireworks tonight. 4 goals, they've all been majestic.
Sensational strikes all over the place, so much quality across the pitch here this evening. This is the magic of the Jägermeister Cup. Amazing football.
Jägermeister Cup features teams from USL Championship and League One. First time happening this year with the USL Championship. And it's always a joy to see Apple. Of course, then you get Miami versus Tampa Bay Rowdies, which they see each other at least twice during the regular season, and oftentimes they'll meet during the postseason too. But in the day and age of relegation, these things might happen on the regular. 4 goals, and they've come over the cross of the last 15 minutes.
This Miami side, it's just amazing just to bring in a point. It's almost as if they excel when they are behind the 8 ball. When everything's going against them, that is where they rise up and show that attitude and that confidence that really makes you understand what this team is about and what their coach is about. That never say die attitude. They are never out of the game, it seems.
Blanco nearly found that ball to Bonfilio, a whisker away. No changes for either side to begin the second half. But, Antonio, you were asking for a little sense of urgency. I think both sides have delivered.
The start of the second half has been absolutely sensational. This is the level of football that we expect every single week when these sides take the pitch. Both goals, just sensational strikes. Those are goals that you could see from anywhere in the world. Champions League, Premier League, Serie A, it doesn't matter. Those are top-class finishes that we have just seen.
Vasquez, Varane just too slow on that ball. The idea was there, but the delivery a bit tardy. Akinyote picking the pocket, though, of Henderlong. Lofted up for Varane. Varane waiting for the crossing attempt. Bonfiglio. Bonfiglio with a settle. Lurking and looking. Gave it up to Milano. Milano slow playing this. Patient. Miami FC observing and looking for an open seam. Chip the opposite way, Ricketts. Oh, Varane nearly there. Dengler with a good play, though, defensively for FC Naples. Onen on the left-hand side. He's onside for the time being. Cannot scoop this ball past Bill Hamid.
Onen once again getting in space extremely well. That is something that he's been able to do in this entire game. Miami having a very difficult time dealing with the movement that the Englishman presents. Always very active away from the ball, making himself an option. That time he was one-on-one with Hamid for a split second. Excellent defending with the desperation challenge from the back.
Francisco Bonfiglio grabbing contact in his right ear. Dengler with the yellow card. Man from Baltimore, Maryland, is the first yellow of the night for FC Naples. Bonfiglio giving thumbs up to our lead official. Bonfiglio's okay, but the trainers will come out because there's contact above the shoulders. There was no ill will for Dengler to deliver that shot. He's acknowledging it. Milano also acknowledging it as well. Bonfiglio setting up the goal for Mercado. And you look at his delivery to Mercado, he takes this one quick look, does Francisco, to deliver a soft piece to Mercado.
And that's what we spoke about in the pregame. That's what makes him so good. He's not only looking at goal, that quick look behind him. He knows exactly where his teammates are at all times. He's a special footballer with vision and that cold-blooded finisher's attitude in front of goal. That's what makes him such an added weapon and a quality player for Gaston Madoni and this Miami FC side.
Mercado's first of the year from Bonfiglio. Into the box, Knutson perhaps overplaying it. Cisneros caught off was Onen. Good job by Christian Vasquez to body him off that ball. There was no real thought that this match would be a scoreless draw and head to penalties. FC Naples, 14 goals in their 10 regular season matches. They've conceded 9. Miami FC, they've conceded 14 in 9 regular season matches, but they've scored 10. Each of these teams has the ability to make a keeper look bad. And tonight, sharp finishes and some uncomfortable moments for each keeper. Varane towards the back post, Milano. He was marked. Romero, the chip. Oh, a bicycle kick for Bonfiglio. Could not make the connection. Trying to get himself on a highlight reel, maybe an ESPN moment or two. Farin getting himself off the deck, but he's okay.
Good horizontal ball movement from Miami. An important touch there in the box as Bonfillo was on his bike already, just salivating at the thought of that ball dropping his way. He's getting ready to test Delgado. And look at his match. The FC Naples goalkeeper hasn't had many saves to make, and he's given up 2 goals on the night. That's what you get when you play Miami. You never know exactly the kind of impact that they are going to make in a match. Could create many opportunities, they could create very few, but they have the finishers to get them on the board at any moment.
Ball just squeaked away from Bonfilio. Otherwise, he would have been off to the races. Shots in this match, 6-5 in favor of FC Naples. Miami FC with 2 shots on target. Pretty good conversion right there. Naples with 4 shots on target. And they've converted on 2 of them. Possession favoring Miami FC, 58% to 42. Ricketts will take this throw on. Bonfilio and Milano inside the 18. Vasquez trying to hurry for this ball, but not a heads-up play on the throw-in. Matt Pullen said earlier this week one of the things that he does not do is stand up and yell and bark at his team the entire match. Different coaches, different philosophies, but Pullen feels that he does a lot of his instruction during training leading up to a contest, and he feels like once the players are on the pitch ready to compete, everything is in their favor, so he kind of lays off.
It's the side taking the identity of the coach. Those training sessions for this FC Naples side are able to get the message across to these players about what the manager wants in the match, and the adjustments that he made during the halftime break, they were useful. FC Naples coming out in the second half, guns blazing, taking the lead. Cisneros scoring an absolute beauty. Then at the back, when you have moments of brilliance such as one we just saw with Bonfillo and Mercado, just have to tip your hat. FC Naples, they are very much in this game. 2-2, a draw away from home is not a bad result in this competition. Looks like they are threatening once again.
O'Connor will take this corner. Bill Hamid, well aware, he scored his first goal of the season in the 44th minute in the opening half on the corner. O'Connor trying his luck again. Bill Hamid this time heads up all the way.
That's gonna feel good for Hamid. Tested once more. Let's take a look if he just throws a little quick glance at O'Connor. Wasn't beaten that time. Much better here from the Miami goalkeeper.
Ambitious, yes. Deserving, definitely. Heckenberg on the opposite side will take this corner. 3 near the 6. Heckenberg towards the back post. Oh, that ball was volleying around for a moment. Henderlong had a pulse. Put that ball into a vacant spot. Here comes Miami FC on the counter. 2-on-1. Blanco to the right-hand side. Has availability. Milano can't get around the corner. Fine play by Torres. Blanco did not put that ball on the deck.
This is another Miami FC corner kick.
Torres was able to recover. And Milano unable to pursue it to go one-on-one against Delgado. Romero will take this corner for Miami FC. As soon as I say that, Vasquez will now Romero. Short line drive delivery, not his best. Possession stays with Miami. Vasquez will work quickly. Miami still with 3 players near the 6. Turning the corner was Blanco, forced away from it. Ball served in. Ricketts off of his line, trying to get back on the board, looking for a brace. Bolo Akinyoti with some contact apparently. He's got a face shield on. He wore a face shield last year after taking contact to the nose and having it broken. Mercado, a high riser. Vasquez with an open crease. Take it down inside the 18. No whistle, no call. Ricketts. Vaudon will go for goal. And he'll miss it wide. Vasquez still on his backside. Delgado trying to offer a helping hand, and Vasquez slow to get to his feet.
A lot to unpack here. First, gorgeous ball forward, putting the back line under pressure. Vasquez goes down. Is that enough to warrant a penalty? Minimal contact from behind. Vasquez goes down just a bit too easily there. He's never going to warrant a spot kick, as Dapka does a good job to signal to play on.
And we've seen our moments of soft contact being labeled as a penalty. Good to see our lead official not point to the spot there. It's been a well-played match, and just as importantly, it's been well officiated. Nothing has been out of hand. 3 yellow cards in this contest. Dangler for FC Naples. Romero and Mercado for Miami FC. Milano. The chip. Looking for Mercado. That ball almost squeaked over to Vaudon. Ball tonight, Antonio, seems like it has some interesting English to it on both ends of the pitch.
Some shaky moments at the back for FC Naples, involving Evans. Want to risk that ball bouncing more than it has to in your own area. Just clear it away. You do not want to give the offensive player an opportunity to make a play on it.
That ain't going for a goal. That goes scaling over the net, and Bill Hamid does not look happy.
Substitution for your Miami FC. Coming in
2 changes for Miami FC. Lucas Milano and Vaudon will depart. Francesco Celeste and Michael Lawrence will enter the fray here in the 66th minute. You surprised by these moves?
Celeste, a player who is very versatile going forward, presents many difficult matchup problems for the back line. He's a forward option that this defense for FC Naples is going to have to account for. And Dangler and Evans, they looked shaky in the last couple of minutes, so we'll see how they go on about adjusting to this new look front line for the hosts.
Lawrence, appearing in his 4th game, does provide some muscle up front. They could lean on the back line of FC Naples. Glasser and company will have their hands full. Celeste getting his feet wet now, along with Lawrence. Those are the only changes of this match so far. FC Naples this year, with the 5 victories during the regular season, they're 2-2 on the road. Common foul here. Torres. Just an easy contact foul, and Vasquez thought it should have been more than a yellow. For the second time in about 5 minutes, he's picking himself off the deck slowly. His assist on the opening goal that was scored by Ricketts unlocked the bank. Then after that, 3 goals followed. 2 for FC Naples, O'Connor and Cisneros. This free kick Inside the 18, Ricketts tried to spin and fire, no luck.
Linesman with his flag up. Monfillo trying to sneak in from the back to make a play on that ball. Was deemed to have been an offside position. Those changes for Miami. Let's see how long before everything plays out and shapes up for Gaston Madoni.
Glasser for a sharp angle towards the back, near. Glasser hasn't been on the ball a lot tonight. That was pretty good delivery. Miami FC escapes for the time being. 70th minute here from Miami. We're live at South Dade Kia Field at Pitbull Stadium. Second Jägermeister Cup match for both of these teams. Into the box. Blanco gave it up. Right side the chip, Celeste. Oh, got taken out at the last moment.
And we spoke about the threat that Celeste presents to the opposition every time he's involved. He starts the move and keeps running. Blanco. And then Bonfillo once again with the vision to spot his teammate. Evans with a decisive block as Celeste had the goal to his mercy there. Delgado in front of him.
Vasquez on this corner. Bends the ball into the box. Headed away by FC Naples. Forin trying to counter. He waited way too long for that ball. And Blanco now called for a rather harsh foul against him. Blanco got to that ball first. And the follow-through was what took out Forin.
A substitution for FC Naples. Entering the game is number 22, Luca Burpa. He replaces number 21, Mark Torres.
Luca Burpa will check into this contest. Torres' day is over with. Back to the last sequence, though, Antonio. Do you agree with our lead official, or different
Blanco
opinions?
has every right to go for this ball. In the modern game, the follow-through is always going to be called, even if the ball is gone. If you're asking me this 10 years ago, I don't think that was called. In the modern game, the follow-through could pose a danger to the player kicking the ball away. So that's what stems with the decision made by the match official. Perpa, 1 goal this season. He comes on as an offensive threat. Look out for his involvement as Torres, a much more defensive presence in midfield.
Celeste and Lawrence, the first to check in for Miami FC. Ricketts with a goal tonight, his first of the year. Mercado with the second was the equalizer. Both these teams will return to their regular season activities following tonight's contest. Miami FC will take on Rhode Island. They'll jump on a bird and head to the Northeast next week on June the 7th. Meanwhile, FC Naples, they'll also go on the road. They'll take on Greenville Triumph on June the 7th. These matches, it doesn't matter if it's regular season, US Open Cup, or Jägermeister Cup for Gaston Madoni. He feels like his team is continuing to build and grow and develop a great deal of chemistry as the season moves along. Lawrence gave it up. Miami FC, 5 inside the 18. Mercado from the backside was taken out, lost possession of it. Heckenberg and company want to push this ball the other way. Knudsen, good job by Knudsen jumping up into the play. Celeste. Blanco to the right side, looking for Lawrence. Lawrence just a step away from making it 3-2.
Lawrence with a beautiful run, and Blanco, delightful ball over the top. Lawrence allowing that ball to bounce. As soon as you do that, the advantage goes over to Delgado, the captain for FC Naples. Quick out of his 6 to collect.
Bonfiglio could not hold it. Back to Delgado, who's been victimized twice on piercing shots. Blanco Mercado. Bonfiglio. Miami FC's possession at 60%. Celeste taking a drive from about 40 yards away. A bit ambitious. Here comes FC Naples on the attack. Glasser towards the left side. Weak attempt. Luca Purpa, the only substitute for FC Naples to come in. This match will not end without a victor, one way or another. If it's deadlocked when we reach full time, we'll head to penalties. PKs will decide the winner. Each team will receive at least a point. The winner will receive an additional point. If someone does find a game-winning goal in full time, the club will receive 3 points. So far in Group 6, Charleston Battery with no power, 0 for 2 in 2 matches. Ricketts inside Celeste, the touch, looking for Lawrence. It might have gone off his head. Lawrence, sweet touch, he scores! Dogpile inside the 18 for Miami FC. Lawrence pounces, 3-2 Miami.
A quick reaction time from Michael Lawrence in the box, making the difference for Miami FC. But you have to give credit to Ricketts on the flank, aggressive all night long. Celeste, what an impact he's made in the match, and that touch right there. That touch from Bonfiglio. He doesn't give up on the play. The 50-50 challenge comes in. He wins it because that is what he does. That is what he excels at doing, preserving possession, keeping the ball alive in the danger zone for his teammates. Lawrence, quick touch with the point of his boot. It's enough to beat Delgado. The 3rd attempt on frame of the match for Miami. The 3rd goal on the board. That is sensational finishing in front of goal.
For Lawrence, his first goal of the season and an opportune time to do it. Late in this contest, and a heart-throbbing moment for him, beating Delgado on a quick toe tap with his left boot. And our lead official, Greg Dobko, was right there on the play because it looked for a moment that ball might have gone off the hand of Lawrence. The play was not blown dead. Lawrence didn't give up on it, and he capitalized. 3-2 for Miami. They led 1-0, trailed 2-1, and then goals by Mercado and Lawrence here in the second half have given them life and then some. Five goals scored in this match, 2 of them in the first. The goal that was scored by Ricketts was in the 36th minute, then O'Connor with the equalizer in the 44th. But ever since Ricketts' goal opened things up, we've been ping-ponging back and forth. Miami trying to bust this game loose. Entering it, Lawrence! Ball just screamed over his head. FC Naples has yet to have any kind of semblance of a counterpunch. Bad ball here by Bill Hamid, and he is fortunate enough that he was not burned by his own mistake. Unbelievable.
Right to the midsection of a Ferrin, who wasn't able to control it. Awkward height for the Colombian, and Hamid went off the hook.
He replaces number 10, Sebastian Blanco. Also entering the
Tobias Zarate, Brandon Bent, check in. Sebastian Blanco's day is over with, along with Christian Vasquez. Despite the fact that Blanco did not score or record a point in this match, he looked good.
Blanco and Vasquez have been motors in midfield, along with Mercado and Romero. Those four are so important to everything that Gaston Madoni wants from his side. So much running from Mercado and Romero, the quality from Vasquez and Blanco. Tonight, it might not have been Blanco picking up the assist, but it was Vasquez on the corner kick. Those two just put order, and they bring the quality that's needed from this Miami side to then put Bonfillo and Milano in positions to be successful up front.
Zarate, who did not play against Birmingham Legion because of a red card, gets his feet wet here tonight. We're in the 81st minute. FC Naples playing against Miami and the clock. Bent, who just entered the fray. Brandon's only played in 5 matches this season. Man from Coral Springs, Florida. Ripe old age of 18. Legally allowed to vote, but can't drink yet. But on the pitch, trying to make an impact. Hard tackle. Don't know if there was much contact in that piece. It's been a fun match, wire to wire. Bent skirts this back to Hamid, who lofts it up in the air. Glasser couldn't retrieve it. Dengler does and settles it for Heckenberg. Miami FC wins here tonight. They'll have 2 victories in the Jägermeister Cup, 1 in penalties and 1 in full time. FC Naples loses. This defeat will be on the backside of their upset victory against Charleston Battery. Justin Weiss inserting himself in the contest, replacing Max Glasser.
He replaces number 4, Michael Glasser.
An interesting switch here as Glasser on the same flank as Bent. Hasn't been aggressive at all here this evening. Glasser, he gets pulled here. Let's see how FC Naples go on about putting the pressure on the teenager on this near side. In these final 8 minutes, you want to test him. You want to put him in one-on-one situations.
Zarate looking for a lane. Didn't pull the trigger. Could have taken a shot twice. Elected not to do so. Zarate and Miami FC holding their ground. Lawrence backdropping, Bent backpedaling. Celeste, I don't know if he was trying to lob that in or take a strike towards target. Didn't have much conviction on the delivery, but Miami FC continues to hold possession and the clock churns. Bent Bent racing into the 18, fine play, top of the box. Bonfilio had to settle the ball down, and the disruption came with a block shot. Miami FC has had some moments once they've reached the penalty area for good looks towards frame. But the unfortunate part is balls have been hopping around on the surface, and as soon as that happens, the defense converges. Celeste's drop pass for Zarate, not well received. Conclusion of this match, we'll have our Cricket Wireless Man of the Match, chosen, voted on, and declared by Antonio Aquilino. You are the man and the myth behind that all. You're the judge, jury, and executioner, Antonio. You are the deciding factor.
There's a lot of pressure, many standout players in this game.
Standout players and standout goals. All the way around. A match that has had no shortage of highlights. 5 goals, all of them with a special theme. We had the 2 missiles in this one, the Mercado goal to make it 2-2. Cisneros before that to give FC Naples a 2-1 lead. O'Connor's goal is probably gonna make 1,000 highlight reels between now and tomorrow. But Michael Lawrence's love tap with his left foot falling on his backside was fantastic. And then, of course, Ricketts slicing through the 18 with his header to open up the scoring. Zarate tracking it nicely over to Bent and Lawrence. Lawrence going for frame. Corner kick here from Miami.
That's another Miami FC corner kick.
Another attempt from ways away from Lawrence. Seeing how the night's going, thinks why not? You could easily have 2 candidates for goals of the season in this game with Mercado and O'Connor strikes. Lawrence trying his luck that time. Got a corner kick for his troubles.
Celeste on the corner. A lot of pace to this ball. Miami clamps down. Bent, Lawrence. Celeste doing a pretty good job of playing keep away. But FC Naples and O'Connor looking for some numbers. Lawrence's goal is late, 76th minute. Enderlong gave it up. Purpa sandwiched. Bonfilio.
Tell them we still have to find the weak side. We have to get one side and we have to get it together. Last sub, yes, until, until overtime.
FC Naples not having the ability to grab possession. They're now being outshot in this contest 12-7. With Miami FC scoring 3 goals tonight, their expected goals for is under 1 at .71. Here's Bent around 3 defenders. Bent, oh, he doesn't get a lot of velocity on that shot. A big buildup from Bent and a soft output. He'd love to have that back.
My goodness, the ball glued to his boots. No one stopping the teenager. That would have been the cherry on top of the cake that we have just been enjoying all evening long. A wonderful sequence from Bent. Shot just not angled well enough to beat Delgado. And Bonfilio was there begging for the ball to be played his way, but if you're Bent, you want to go for glory there. Beating 3 players on your way to goal would have been something incredible.
Knudsen not waiting for anything to happen. Zarate. 89th minute, Zarate trying to inflict some damage. And everyone getting into the act tonight. Miami FC looking for the insurance marker and no such luck. A couple more changes for FC Naples.
Substitutions for FC Naples.
Certainly not the performance that Henderlong had in mind heading into this matchup. Very few opportunities for the big man up front to make a difference. He'll have his chance to bounce back. The substitutes from Miami making a big difference in this game. The quality available on the bench for Gaston Madoni really changing this game in the second half. FC Naples came in with a game plan. They came in with an organization at the back, which was difficult to break down. They conceded very few chances throughout the evening, but the finishing and the quality from Miami coming through.
Ian Seto, midfielder, is now in along with forward Tyler Pasnick. Eckenberg, Bonfilio, quick to get to his toes. Lobbed in, Akinyoti's still there. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Can FC Naples find an equalizer? Can Miami FC win it in full time? Lawrence's goal in the 76th minute is the difference maker. Forin gave it up. One hopper, Akinyoti trying to disrupt it. Forin going for goal, no luck. And Akinyoti is down and he is face down. Bolo Akinyoti, who's not been one of those players that we have talked about a lot tonight, just because the flow of play has been away from him, but into some noticeable pain. Grab some reinforcements. Now it looks like he's okay. Pretty good shot to the face, blocking it. Any body part is what counts, right?
At full stretch, desperately trying to play the ball away, and a shot coming in right on the noggin. So he's going to leave a mark. Nothing serious for the big man. One of the leaders on and off the pitch for Gaston Madoni and Miami FC. He is so important for everything that this side want to do this season and going forward in the project that this franchise has to develop and grow world-class footballers. Saw a quick example of it with Brandon Bent, brilliant young footballer.
Another hard challenge. Bonfilio on the score sheet with the assists on Mercado's goal. But this is indicative of how Miami FC is playing throughout this year. They score, they concede, they get punched, they punch back, they get knocked down, and they get up. Different character, different personnel, and a different kind of feel with the locker room.
A team that thrives when things get difficult. If they are able to make to get further in this competition and secure a place in the playoffs. They are going to be a side that everyone will try and avoid because they have the quality to hurt you, but at the same time, they give away plenty of chances at the back.
Bonfiglio down again. Greg Dobka, our lead official, showing yellow in this instance. Evans a bit miffed by the ruling. But Bonfiglio yet to get back to his feet.
And these are cheap cars that you do not want to pick up. There are seconds on the clock. Frustration evident as Evans, who's been battling it out with Bonfiglio all night long, is coming together with his opponent. Shoulder to the back. I am not sure why or what he's complaining about. That is always going to be a booking, at least.
Bonfiglio took a cold shoulder to the back and a cheap shot from Evans. Game still has some life to it. So for Evans, with his team having possession, an ill-advised move by him. Bonfiglio's okay. Delgado, who's been beat like a drum tonight, looking on. Zarate going for a goal. And we'll see if Greg Dobka looks at his watch. FC Naples strong to begin, but failing to convert late, and that will do it. We have reached full time here in South Florida, and a gutsy performance by Gaston Madoni and his Miami FC squad. They led 1-0, fell behind 2-1, but back-to-back goals, including Lawrence's in the 76th minute, the difference maker in this one. Miami FC impressive through 2 matches in Jaeger Cup action.
An absolute roller coaster ride of emotions. We've had everything. Incredible goals, brilliant assists, and storylines that never kept turning. You never knew which side was going to come out on top. At the end of the day, the quality from Miami coming through. 3 massive points at home from the side from the East Coast.
Now we have some time to look at our Cricket Wireless Man of the Match. And who is it, Antonio?
The game winner. We had plenty of incredible goals, but this was the decisive one. Off the bench, Lawrence, the quickest to pounce on that ball. Bonfiglio does incredibly well to keep this one alive with that challenge right there. The toe poke from Lawrence puts the 3 points in the bag for the hosts. They take care of business at home.
And for Lawrence, his first goal of the season, getting mobbed by his teammates. He was one of many heroes on the night for Miami FC as they get the job done. We'll have some final thoughts, full-time highlights, and some stats. Miami wins it over FC Naples 3-2.
Kia is loaded with over 500 new Kia models in stock now. Test drive a new 25 Kia Sportage today. Doral Kia. Drive for less. Drive Doral.
High fives, love, and all kinds of celebration for Miami FC. Players on the sidelines talking to some fans and some family and some other folks as well. Michael Lawrence, their Cricket Wireless man of the match. His game-winning goal in the 76th minute prevails Miami FC over FC Naples 3-2. Now we have some time to look back at our full-time highlights because, Antonio, there was a slew of them.
And there's a lot to unpack. Miami getting off to a good start 10 minutes before the break. Ricketts glancing header. Beautiful finish from the defender.
His first goal of the season, but how about this for a banger in the 44th?
And corner kicks a theme to close out the opening 45. How about this one from O'Connor, catching Hamid napping. Clips the post and it nestles in the back of the net.
47th minute to begin the second half. More lightning strikes from FC Naples.
What a start to the second 45 for the visitors. Cisneros, who was aggressive all night long, given plenty of space. He's not passing that ball. He's taking on the responsibility himself. Power, precision, near post. Hamid beaten again.
50th minute though, Miami FC with a fine counterpunch.
This is the reaction that you want to see if you are Gaston Madoni Bonfillo. The vision, Mercado, the strike. It's all coming together here in one sequence. One of the goals of the season for Miami FC.
Bonfillo, just a good feel for action. Seeing behind his head, Mercado with an absolute missile. And then in 76th minute, more misery for Delgado and FC Naples.
Ricketts aggressive going forward. The ball played in the danger zone from Blanco. Was it a handball on Lawrence? Very close. Bonfillo keeps it alive. The substitute with the toe poke past Delgado. He cannot believe it.
Real-time standings now in the group of 6 for the Jaeger Cup. Miami FC leads the pack, and the Charleston Battery has failed to get off the floor.
Miami playing catch-up against Tampa Bay on match day 1, and now on match day 2 against FC Naples. They pull out 2 victories, 5 points. They are in control of their own destiny in this group.
Quite the way to end the month of May for Miami FC. They'll be back on the road. Cast partner Antonio Aquilino. I'm David Gascon. Hope you enjoyed this one. Miami FC wins it 3-2 over FC Naples.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.